Come cook with me. Tonight I'm making Calabacitas burritos, and I am a work full-time mother of fur babies, married for 21 years, and I had a bunch of squash that my dad grew and sent home with me this weekend, so I decided to make some lazy woman's Calabacitas. So I just started cooking the onions and squash, and then I added in a couple of bags of frozen corn and some frozen peppers and onions, now a bunch of garlic, and I like to be really generous with the garlic. And then it's a whole lot of stirring, but we put some salt, and I like a lot of salt, as you can see. And then we're gonna move on and put in some, come on with the salt, damn. I'm gonna put in some cumin. I love cumin. And I go pretty generous with that too. I just really like the flavor. I think it's kind of earthy. And then just some like red chili powder, and then give it a good stir. You can see it's still kind of cooking down a little bit, but some really nice squash, calabacitas and zucchini. I didn't have any yellow squash yet. I don't know if he's harvested it yet or he was just holding out, but I definitely had a huge bag full of squash to use. And I decided to put more corn because I wanted more color, and also a little more corn kind of makes the calabacitas taste, kind of has a sweet sort of flavor, not Swedish, although I am kind of Swedish, like part Swedish. Anyway, so now I'm putting some cayenne, but I had to like kind of bang on it to get it to come out, so that's why I showed it first, and now I'm doing it again, so a little bit just to add like a little extra kick, and then stir that in really well and let it cook for a while. And I love the colors of it, it's like all the different colors of fall. And then I'm gonna move on over here, get some lemon, and I love this squeezy thing. My mom got it for me for Christmas one year, my birthday. Anyway, I love lemon everything, so this thing is awesome, and it gets every bit of juice out of those lemons. So I did a whole lemon in there, and it's a little bit tart, kind of is a contrast to the sweet corn, which adds like a really layered flavor with the earthy cumin and the kick of the chili. Yeah, so this is a cool little squeezy thing. I think I even did the brand. Oh, do I? Yeah, I'm like, ooh, okay, here's the brand. And now I'm going to show you kind of the whole mixture because that's how I roll. And then we're going to move on to stirring the crap out of it. Really want to get all the flavors mixed in. And then I'm just going to leave it the hell alone for like a long time. Probably like at least 15 minutes, maybe more, while it cooks down and it starts to boil a little bit. And I went to my garden and got a tomato. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. And I used a cup of peeled roasted seeded green chili. Again, mixed the crap out of it. Now I'm making guacamole. I got some more chili powder, salt, garlic, finely chopped onion, some tomato, more lemon. I usually use lime, but I got those avocados on massive clearance. And they were really ripe and ready, so I had to use them. And so here's me mashing them. Mash, 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 mash. Some more lemon. And now we're going to put in the tomatoes and onions. Stir, 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 stir that crap. And there's all the spices in there. And set that aside. And now I put more onions, so many onions. And I'm actually using a Beyond Beef burger. Don't worry, you can use real beef. It's just a preference. I don't eat meat. I'm a vegan, so I don't eat any meat or dairy, which just try not to think about it. It's still New Mexican food. Just imagine using the real thing when you cook if you're offended by vegan food. But yeah, so then I had to give that time to like simmer up and cook. Lots of garlic, cumin, salt, chili. That's pretty much in everything. And I cook that until it's nice and browned. And then it's time to assemble, really. So I get these tortillas at Sam's. They're pretty cheap. You can get like a giant thing of them, and they're made here in New Mexico, which I always prefer. And so I had some leftover refried beans that I made, and so just smear those all over. Oh, yep. Smear those on that tortilla. And cover as much of the tortilla as you'd like, but it kind of creates like a nice glue to hold it shut, so I like to go all the way out to the edge. But I got a little lazy on this one, if I'm being honest. And then added some of that delicious Calabacitas. It's all done. Green chili and the lemon and everything else. I'll work through it and put a nice helping of that. And then some of this meat, and I put that in quotations. And so we're just assembling this beautiful burrito. I'm a little tired from the day because I went up and did that hike, which I'll do in a different video. I didn't take too much video on the hike, but some of it was kind of pretty. And then I put my favorite cheese and put that sprinkling over the meat. Just kind of layer this nice little creation. Very generous, spread it out, and then added some of that pretty guacamole we made. You can see all the different colors. Like, I love colorful food, and they say it's healthier too. Like, you know, the more colors you have from like vegetables and everything, like the more vitamins and everything you're getting. It's supposed to fight cancer and all sorts of stuff. And then there's that tomato from my garden and some more onion. I know, my husband loves onion too, it's not just me. And then I'm not like a fancy creator, so I had to roll it without you because I only had one hand. But that's what it looks like. Absolutely delicious. All those colors. I made one for my husband too. And had a soda. It was awesome. And that's a quick, easy, low-fat, nutritious dinner to make on this beautiful, cloudy Sunday in Albuquerque. Have a great night.